Namaste, this is Samta Auntie. Today we are going to talk about the possessive pronouns his and hers in Hindi. Now keep in mind the ones that we are talking about are for the ones that are close proximity, meaning that someone or something is visible. There are three words for his and hers in Hindi: Iska, Iski, Iske. And again, these are his and hers at close proximity or within visibility. Let's just focus on these two first, Iska and Iski. So the question is, which one is his and which one is hers? So you might be thinking, well, Auntie, I think it's time to call obvious ulu because it's super obvious that Iska means his and Iski means hers. But actually, there's more to it than that. It depends on who or what you are talking about. Iska and Iski, which one you're going to use, depends on who or what you are talking about. So let's try some practice problems. What about this one? His brother. What would that be? Iska or Iski? Iska. What about her brother? Would this one be Iska or Iski? This one is also Iska. So wait a second. Even though his brother and her brother are both the same, how does that work? Why is that the case? Well, you have to remember your pull and three nouns. And remember your grammar rule. We said whether you're going to use his and her depends on who or what you are talking about, not whether you're talking about his or her. And I know this is confusing, okay? Because this is super different than how we speak in English. But it depends on who or what you are talking about and whether that person or thing is a pull noun or a stree noun. That's the way that it works in Hindi. So this one is Iska for both of them because brother is a pull noun. So you might be wondering, well, wait a second. If you're having a conversation with someone and they say Iska bhai, his brother, that could also mean her brother. So how do you know who they're talking about? Are they talking about his brother or her brother? Well, that means when we speak Hindi and when we engage in a Hindi conversation, we have to be good listeners because you're going to use context, the other words in the sentence, to figure out who they are talking about. All right? What about this one? Would this be Iska or Iski for her dog? It would be Iska. But why? Because dog in Hindi is kutta, which is a pull word. And because it's a pull word, it would be Iska. What about if we did his dog? His dog would be Iska also. Because dog is still kutta, which is still a pull word, so it would be Iska. What about her mom? Her mom, would it be Iska or Iski? Iski. And why? Because mom is a stree word. So Iski ma. What about his sister? Iska or Iski? Iski. Iski bhen. Why? Because sister is a stree word. So it would be Iski bhen. What about her sister? Her sister. We already did his sister, now we're doing her sister. The rules haven't changed. It's Iski because sister is still a stree word, so we say Iski bhen. What about her car? Would it be Iska or Iski? Iski. And why? Because car in Hindi is gadi. Gadi is a stree word. So do the sentence now. Her car is yellow. Her car is yellow. What is car and what is yellow in Hindi? Her car is yellow. Car in Hindi is gadi and yellow is pila. And the sentence we want to do is her car is yellow. So what would that be in Hindi? It would be iski gadi pili hai. Iski gadi pili hai. So why did we change the color yellow, pila, to pili? Why is it pili? Because gadi is a stree word. We're talking about the car, right? The object is the car. So the car is a stree word, so all of the words in the sentence have to follow suit and have to be inflected to also be stree. Let's review the inflection of colors. But first, let's remind ourselves what inflection means. Inflection is the ending of a word changes. That's it. Inflection is a fancy word, but all it means is that the ending of a word changes. For example, we have the word bada, which means big, and it becomes badi. In Hindi, words ending with an a sound can change. So that means which color words change. If you look at this chart, which color words change? The ones in the top row, right? And what will they become? Pila becomes pili. Hara, hari. Neela, neeli. Kala, kali. Bhura, bhuri. Sunera, suneri. And then below we have bangani, narangi, gulabi, saleti, ferozi, and chandi. Now these ones end with an E sound, so these ones do not inflect. In other words, narangi doesn't become naranga, bangani does not become bangana, etc., etc. The ones that end with the E sound do not inflect. And the same thing goes for the ones that don't end with an A nor an E sound, like lal and safed. Neither of those inflect either. So we don't have lali or lala, safedi, safeda. No, we don't say those things. So only the ones that end with an a sound are going to inflect. So when we have the sentence, her car is yellow, the word for car and whether it is polar three will determine all of the other words. So what is car in Hindi again? Car is gadi. And is gadi? Car polar three. It is stri. So if it's three, will this sentence be iska or iski? It will be iski. So we'll say iski gadi, and then what will yellow become? Pili hai. So the sentence is iski gadi pili hai. Her car is yellow. All right. What about this one? His red car. Would it be iska or iski? Iski. Because again, gadi is a stree word. So what's the sentence? How do we say his red car in Hindi? Car is three, iski lal gadi. And remember, lal, red, does not inflect. So it's iski lal gadi. Now, we've learned how to use iska and iski. Now let's talk about the third one, iske. When do we use this one? We use this one when there is more than one object. We use iske when there's more than one object. But there's more to it than that. We use iske when there's more than one object, but we have specific types of objects. So we use iske when the objects are a mix of pull and three, or when all of the objects are pull. Again, we use iske for plural objects, but only when those plural objects are a mix of pull and three, or they are all pull. But what happens if all of the objects are three? Then what do we do? Then we use iski. So if we have plural objects and they're all three, for example, if we said his sisters or her sisters, in that case we have more than one sister, and sisters are always three. So we would say iski behene. Iski behene, his sisters or her sisters. Let's do some practice problems. His dogs. His dogs. Would it be iska, iski, or iske? Dog is kutta, and kutta is pull. So it would be iske because he has more than one dog. Dog is kutta, which is a pull word. So it becomes iske. Now you might be saying to yourself, well, we don't know if these dogs are male or female. Okay? So that's a good thought, but it's not relevant. It doesn't matter whether the objects when we're talking about animals, whether they're male and female. The noun, the word for cat, dog, monkey, elephant, etc., all of the animals have already been assigned as either stri words or pull words. So it doesn't matter whether the object that you're talking about, whether the dog or cat or elephant you're talking about are actually male or female. What matters is whether the Hindi word for that animal is a pull word or a stri word. And in this case, dog is kutta, which is a pull word. So it becomes iske kutta. Okay? His brothers. His brothers. So brothers are pull, obviously. So what would it be? Iska, iski, iske. It would be iske because there's more than one brother and brothers are all pull. What about this one? Her friends. Iska, iski, or iske. This is also iske because friends are doston, which is a pull word. And as we can see from the picture, the friends were a mix of male and female. So this one is iske. What about his kids? His kids. Iska, iski, iske. Well, there's more than one. So we look at the word kids, which is bacche. Bacche is a pull word. So it would become iske bacche. Remember, our rules are that if you have a mix of pull and stri and more than one, then you get an iske. And also, if all of the objects are all pull, like her brothers, then we use iske also. So this case, we had kids, so we use iske. What about her sisters? Her sisters. Now, sisters are stri, and there's more than one. So we have plural, but they're all stri. So now it becomes iski. Iski, not iske, because the objects, sisters, are all stri. What about her brothers? Her brothers. Well, brothers are pull, so it becomes iske. Iske bhai. Iske bhai. What about his sons? Sons are pull, and there's more than one, so it is iske. Iske bete. All right, let's do a couple of practice sentences. How would we say Bruno is her uncle? Bruno is her uncle. Bruno इसका अंकल है. Bruno इसका uncle है. And we use iska because iska attaches to uncle. And uncle is a pull word. So we have Bruno iska uncle hai. What about Harry is her friend? Harry iska dost hai. Harry iska dost hai. And again, dost is a pull word. So iska takes the pull form. Harry iska dost hai. And there you have it. Now you know how to use this new set of possessive pronouns iska, iski, iske in Hindi. Dhanyavad for joining me. I'll see you in class.